You scroll through your phone, like after like, post after post. You see people living perfect lives, curated moments, endless highlights, and yet, inside, something feels off. You wonder quietly, maybe even painfully, why do I still feel empty? We live in a time where identity is shaped by screens and validation is handed out in clicks and hearts. The real you, the self beneath all those filters and trends, can feel buried, lost, or confused. Over 100 years ago, Sigmund Freud, the founder of psychoanalysis, warned us about this kind of crisis. Not about phones or social media, those didn't exist yet, but about something deeper, the ego. Freud saw the mind as a battlefield, divided into three forces that shape how we experience the world and ourselves: the id, the superego, and the ego. The id is raw instinct, cravings, impulses, desires, emotions. It's like the child inside us, demanding and immediate. The superego is the moral guide, the voice of rules, guilt, shame, and social expectations. It's the parent or teacher in our heads, telling us what's right and wrong. And between these two is the ego, the mediator, the peacemaker trying to balance the wild demands of the id and the strict commands of the superego. The ego helps us navigate reality, make decisions, and function in the world. Freud believed that when this balance collapses, when the ego is overwhelmed by either too much instinct or too much pressure, the person starts to suffer. Anxiety rises, identity blurs, compulsions take over. Sound familiar? It should. Now, fast forward to today. The ego is under constant attack, and we might be living through the crisis Freud warned about, amplified by modern technology and social culture. Every swipe and notification is engineered to bypass our ego and feed the ID, those primal urges for instant gratification. The dopamine hit of a like or a new follower isn't random. It's designed to keep you hooked. At the same time, the superego remains loud and unforgiving. We're bombarded with standards: be perfect, successful, attractive, productive, liked. If you fall short, you're told you failed. So what happens to the ego in this war between primal urges and relentless judgment? It cracks. It struggles to hold together. People begin to wear masks, not just online, but in their daily lives. They build personas crafted to please, impress, or avoid conflict. But underneath, these masks feel hollow, disconnected from who they truly are. This is what Freud might call an ego collapse, a breakdown in the ability to balance internal needs and external pressures. For many, it's not just emotional exhaustion. It's an existential crisis. But Freud didn't just diagnose problems. He believed there was a way through. Awareness is the first step. When you understand the forces shaping your mind, your urges, fears, guilt, and shame, you gain power over them. It's not about escaping social media or disconnecting from the world. It's about reconnecting with your authentic self. You learn to say, "This is what I feel. This is what I believe. This is who I am." You create space to listen to your own voice beneath the noise. This isn't easy. The world profits from confusion and distraction. But reclaiming your self-understanding is revolutionary. It's a quiet rebellion against the pressures that want to shape you. One practical way to do this is to pause and ask yourself regularly, which part of me is speaking right now? Is it the impulsive ID reacting, the harsh superego judging, or the balanced ego making a conscious choice? That pause creates freedom. It helps you act with intention rather than reacting out of fear or guilt. Building a healthy ego also means forgiving yourself when you fail to be perfect. Remember, Freud taught that the mind is dynamic, balance shifts and wobbles. The goal isn't perfection, but resilience. If you're struggling, you're not alone. Many people face this inner conflict, but by understanding Freud's model, you can start to rebuild your inner harmony. So next time you feel overwhelmed by social pressure or your own desires, remember, you're not just your impulses or your guilt. You are the thinker in between, the one who can observe, decide, and act. Who you are underneath all the noise is worth discovering, and it's a journey that's more important now than ever. If you found this helpful or thought-provoking, please subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy and psychology. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you do to stay grounded in a world full of noise? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation.